Hey everybody, it's Sam Jacobs. I'm the host of the Sales Hacker podcast, and it's Friday Fundamentals. So welcome back, and congratulations, you made it to Friday this week. Today, we want to talk about how long you should give your company to remedy an injustice. And what I mean by that is, how long should you allow something that clearly you feel is unjust or inaccurate or just wrong to persist before you decide to look for another job? Because people are changing jobs all the time right now. And my experience is that sometimes, especially if you're younger or earlier in your career, that you are a little too trigger happy when it comes to moving on to the next job. And so we want to talk about that really quickly. Now, before we get started, we want to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor is Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth by prioritizing the right activities and scaling customer engagement with intelligent automation. Outreach makes customer-facing teams more effective and improves visibility into what really drives results. So thank you, Outreach. And now on to Friday Fundamentals. It's a very simple answer. Maybe this Friday Fundamentals will be the shortest in history. But the point is this: I have a benchmark, and that benchmark is as follows: 6 months. I want you to give the company 6 months before you get so pissed off that you look for another job. So here's what I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, you get promoted to a new role and you have an additional set of responsibilities, or maybe you haven't even been officially promoted, but you are given a new set of responsibilities that you feel are well beyond the purview of your current set of responsibilities. And meanwhile, nobody has come to you and given you or offered you more money or a better title. So I understand that that's frustrating, and I can speak to you from personal experience. Here's the thing that I do not want you to do. I do not want you to be given those new responsibilities and immediately schedule a meeting with your manager or with HR and complain that they need to pay you more money, because you will be seen as transactional, you will be seen as short-sighted, and we don't want you to be seen as that way. What we want you to be seen as just the right balance between self-interested and working on behalf of the company. And so, in general, accept those new responsibilities, accept the bigger responsibility, accept managing more people, accept doing somebody else's job that was recently fired. I want you to lean into that. I do not want you to, every time somebody gives you more responsibility, you want to trade. You want to have a transaction where you get more money. Because those kinds of people, just to be clear, managers remember those kinds of people. We all remember the kinds of people that every time we try to give you more opportunity, you want to get paid for it. You will get paid for it. But in general, what you want to do is you want to do the thing that you've been offered for at least 6 months, right? You want to step into that new role. You want to perform those responsibilities at a high level for an extended period of time. And then you can schedule the meeting and say, listen, I've been doing this. You know, so-and-so left. I've stepped into their shoes. I have done an incredible job. I've accepted more direct reports. I've done more work, and I have not asked for a single thing. But now it's 6 months later, and now is the time when I would like to discuss my compensation and my title. So it's okay. You do not have to persist indefinitely in a period and a state of extended denial, but you do have to accept some period where you are doing more than is required and demonstrating back to the company that you're comfortable with that you're okay with that you're excited about that. Because those are the people that we want to put in leadership positions in the company, and the people that every single time we try to do something or do something different, they want to chisel us. They want to ask for $5 more or $10 more. Those are the people that ultimately we remember those interactions, and we don't want to give you that responsibility. So whatever the injustice is, whatever the opportunity is, however long you think you've been doing something that you haven't been quite paid to do or hasn't been articulated in your job responsibilities, I want you to use that rule, which is the 6-month rule. So let an injustice persist for 6 months. Now, I do not mean an unethical injustice. I do not mean any kind of unethical behavior, lying, cheating, stealing, any kind of harassment, any kind of inappropriate anything. I don't mean that, but I do mean let an injustice persist where you feel like you're doing more than you're being paid to do or there's been some kind of thing where the company has asked you for forbearance, for an indulgence, let that persist for 6 months before you flip the switch. And if you do it before then, you're going to be seen as transactional. You're going to be constantly hopping to new jobs. And really, honestly, nobody likes those people. They're not fun to work with. But if you are the kind of person that's willing to lean into a new opportunity and do that extra work for a period of at least 6 months, you can be seen as both a team player and somebody that extracts the right value and compensation for the value that you create. So this has been Friday Fundamentals. I hope that's useful. Really, the main point is take it easy, take a deep breath, and lean into the opportunity. You view the opportunity as more than. So hopefully that's been helpful. Friday Fundamentals has been brought to you by Outreach. If you have a strong disagreement or you think that I need to adjust my point of view, feel free to get in touch with me. The best way is LinkedIn. That's linkedin.com/in and then / and then Sam F. Jacobs. So I'm Sam F. Jacobs at LinkedIn. This has been Friday Fundamentals, and the word and the time period that I want you to remember is 6 months. Let an injustice persist for 6 months before you seek direct and immediate remedy. And that has been this Friday Fundamentals. Thanks for listening, everybody.